First off, I want to say that I am very thankful for all of you who have read my piece over the past week. Folks on the Atlantic site, to the editors, to people who sent me emails and sent me tweets and even thanked me on Facebook. Thank you all. A couple things I just want to cover real quick that I didn't cover in my responses to the folks who responded to my piece. One's about some of the things that I didn't cover. As a general rule, I can nitpick too. Lots of people nitpick over what authors did and didn't cover, or didn't cover well, or could have nuanced better, and so on. No piece is perfect, including the one that I just wrote for The Atlantic. I guess I could have talked about the Pell Grant, or the nuance that these programs that would include things like mental health access and resources for first generation students cost money, or for that matter, the need for more administrators of color, more counselors of color, more peer mentoring. All those resources cost money. Fact is, when I nitpick, it's usually about something in an author's piece that is kind of critical to the piece itself. Would the piece be changed if the author had added X, Y, and Z? Is the piece deficient because they didn't talk about something that's really, really crucial? Is the piece just saying the same thing that 100 other pieces have said before because it's covering it exactly the same way? Those are usually things I will critique a piece on publicly and privately, whether I'm reviewing it for a journal, whether I'm reviewing my own stuff, or editors are looking at my own stuff and wanting me to say the same thing that 20 other people have said, or in commenting on other people's stuff over the years in social media, through email, through other means, even as a professor. So my piece doesn't change fundamentally if I talk about Pell Grants. My piece doesn't change one iota because in terms of needing resources for stuff that doesn't involve need-based aid, because the fact of the matter is everything costs money. And from some of the comments I received in the comment section on The Atlantic about my piece, apparently people realize that all this stuff costs money anyway. So that's one thing I wanted to get out of the way. The bigger issue for me, though, in terms of views around the piece, around some of our American stereotypes around who's able to do well, who wins, who loses, stereotypes, and so on and so forth. The most common stereotype isn't even a racial one, even though it might involve race, but it's not even a racial one. It's this idea that because someone can overcome certain burdens, obstacles, barriers, that anyone can do that. And that's just simply not true. And I'm not saying that because I think I'm this great guy. I'm the shit, right? Yeah, I can go out there and do stuff that other people can't. No. I'm saying it because, in point of fact, that if I went back 28 years ago, not knowing everything that I know about my experience now at 46, that back when I was 18, and within 3 or 4 days of possibly dropping out from Pitt because I didn't have a place to live, you change anything, it was better, way, way better than 50-50 that I would have ended up not finding a place to live, or upon finding a place to live, that I might not even made it through the semester because I was starving myself practically by the beginning of November, um, going to Sirotech giving plasma just to have $25 in my pocket at the end of the week just so I could go buy pork neck bones or tuna fish to make tuna fish sandwiches without mayo, salt, pepper, and all those variables, all those ingredients. So to me, the idea of anyone can do that is a complete falsehood. No, not anyone can do it, not because some of us have greater advantages and greater abilities than others not. I mean, although that might be a factor, but primarily because you don't really get a second chance to do things right, and if anything doesn't work out at all, it doesn't work at all. By sheer luck, dumb luck, I made it through that semester. Not because of hard work, not because I was gifted mentally or, had mental and emotional and psychological stamina, or because of affirmative action, or because I'm some great guy, but simply because of the fact that I just lucked out, period. And so when people say you can do certain things because, oh yeah, yeah, anyone can do that, that's ridiculous. It's just like an athlete that says anyone can do what I do as an athlete. No, no one can run, 23 miles an hour as an athlete. Most people could barely break 18 sprinting, much less 23. So that's among the stereotypes. Whether my home was a broken home or not, whether my mom should or shouldn't have had kids. That's just a complete lack of empathy, a bit of racial stereotyping going on there, and a bit of sexism, quite frankly, too. Putting it all on individuals to figure out things that societies need to figure out, that systems need to figure out, that institutions like universities and colleges and state governments need to figure out. That's too much on individuals to try to figure out by themselves, because the issue of poverty, the issue of first generation students, in a 21st century society that's supposedly built on living wages and people needing college educations and beyond that have living wages, needs to figure out.